Hello world. Yes, Umar's money problems. Well, if this wasn't such a serious matter, it wouldn't. I wouldn't waste my time talking about it. I just can't believe his continuous rants about not knowing about the lien placed on his property was in effect. You must hear from the horse's mouth, because again, to listen to him again go on about not knowing about the lien and about the money that he now owes is just unbelievable. To hear from the horse's mouth is just nothing other. Take a listen, subscribe, comment, let me know your thoughts. Is this guy a scammer or what?
Official announcement. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. FDMG Academy bank accounts are still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Dr. Umar personal bank account is still frozen. Brothers and sisters, we are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We are fighting this war against FDMG and Dr. Umar Ifatunde. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We were supposed to get a refund within 4 days of our accounts being shut down. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. We still haven't got our refund. So, not only are the accounts frozen, make sure y'all hit my Venmo and my PayPal. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist. PayPal.me/Umar the Psychologist, or tap my Venmo. Text me for the links to donate to FDMG. Text me for the links to support Dr. Umar. 215-989-9858.
Did he just say donate to the school that's about to be auctioning himself?
215-989-9858. On August the 5th, brothers and sisters, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a notice to auction off the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy campus for unpaid vacant property registration fees. I repeat, on August the 5th, the city of Wilmington, Delaware, took out a lien to auction off the campus we bought, the campus we've been working on for 6.5 years. I was not notified of this. We were not notified of this. This past weekend, without an email, this past weekend, without a letter in the mail, this past weekend, without a phone call, the city of Wilmington put a notice on the door handle of both of our schools.
He clearly contradicted himself by stating he was not notified. He clearly was notified because the notice was left on the school doors, as he stated. He just didn't receive the notice in the mail.
Past due vacant property registration fees and outstanding utilities by the 25th of Black August, they will sell our campus. Brothers and sisters, can I ask you a question? Why were we not notified that they were going to try to sell our campus? Brothers and sisters, why are they trying to sell our campus at the very moment that our accounts are frozen? Brothers and sisters, is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence that the city of Wilmington is trying to sell properties that we own and have been working on continuously behind our backs? They were going to sell our schools behind our backs. They didn't even tell us that they were going to try to sell our schools. We received no notice in the mail. We received no notice by email. We received no phone calls at all that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door handle. Somebody stole one set of notifications and sent it to the YouTubian struggle streamers. Somebody stole the Frederick Douglass High School paperwork off the front door and sent it to the struggle streamers. But luckily for us, Sister Ra Ebony was able to get the paperwork off the Marcus Garvey School before the haters stole that paperwork. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe, brothers and sisters, and please let me know your opinion. I believe that they were going to sell the school, and they wanted to sell the school before we found out.
Hold on, my brother. Only you had access to the money, so how does this become a we problem? You better get the people's money back.
We were not supposed to know that they were going to sell our school. Why do I say that? We were given no notification. We received no letter in the mail. We received no email. We received no phone call that they were going to try to sell our schools. Instead, they put a notice on the door. In a low-income neighborhood, they put a notice on the door with rubber band and masking tape. They put a notice on the school front door with a rubber band and masking tape. Brothers and sisters, it gets worse. Back in April, when I found out about the overdue vacant property registration fees, I had asked the city of Wilmington if they could retroactively apply our nonprofit waiver. According to the nonprofit waiver for the city of Wilmington, if you are a nonprofit organization, they will waive your vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If you are a nonprofit organization in the city of Wilmington, they will waive your nonprofit vacant property registration fees for 4 years. If they would have applied our nonprofit vacant property registration waiver, we would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. We would owe absolutely nothing. But I asked them, and they ignored my emails for 4 months. They ignored my phone calls for 4 months. They ignored our emails for 4 months. They ignored our phone calls for 4 months, and instead, the first time I hear from them since April, the first time I hear from them since contacting them April, asking them to apply our vacant property registration fee waiver to the past 4 years so we would owe absolutely nothing, they ignored me since April. They ignored me since April. No phone call, no email, nothing in the postal mail since April. And the first thing we find out, the first time we hear from them since April, is a letter on the front door of the school, affixed with a rubber band and masking tape. A rubber band and masking tape. Brothers and sisters, giving us 20 days to pay these back taxes. We already paid $30,000 for water that we don't even use. We just paid $30,000 to the city of Wilmington for water that we don't even use.
What world? Yes. Umar rambled further about not knowing about the lien placed on the FDMG school. He never spoke about never obtaining the certificate of occupancy that was needed to open the school, officially open the school. However, he wanted the public to believe that
it's worse because they are raising the vacant property
not receiving a call or an email, that this was the reason he was not informed of a lien. However it goes, he was clearly informed. He contradicted himself several times. He was clearly informed. He even stated he was informed by notices being left on the door. He could pretend to not have known about a lien placed on the building, but he clearly knew that he did not pay his taxes. And he clearly knew that the IRS back in April of 2025 was asking for the fees, tax fees. However he tries to spin his narrative, it's a shame. Because again, the public is not that naive and is not that stupid. However, he can go on and ramble on about knowing. However, as we know, on August 25th of 2025, the school will be auctioned again on August 25th, 2025. Umar has proven himself to be just what he is, not credible. And again, the fact that he tries to flip-flop and go around about in his word salad of trying to convince the public that, again, he did not know about the lien or the taxes that he owed is just ludicrous. Again, the fact that he's talking about fighting a war and protesting for money he never specified is, again, quite comical.
I didn't know they would go this far. To ignore us for 4 months and try to sell our schools that we've been working on for 6.5 years behind our backs. So brothers and sisters, this is what we're going to do. We're going to fight like hell to get our money from the bank. We're going to pay off this vacant property registration fee waiver. And we might still have a protest at City Hall because this is wrong, brothers and sisters.
What's wrong is that he tried, again, to bamboozle the public and thinking that he was not made aware of the lien by IRS. However, he was truly made aware of this lien. In addition to what he's trying to evade and telling the public is that he did not actually have a certificate of occupancy was to officially open the school. So the fact that he elaborates on them charging him vacant registration school fees is just that. Again, no certificate of occupancy was obtained. Therefore, no school was to be open. And this was his ultimate plan in saying whether or not, or asking the question whether or not, if this was a coincidence. It clearly wasn't a coincidence. He had a plan and he knew what he was doing. He knew that IRS would come after him, and he had a plan in betraying the public into thinking, right, the school would open on August 25th, 2025, where he knew in advance that IRS had a lien on the school, which again would not open, due primarily to the fact that he had no certificate of occupancy.